I had an interesting call from Marietta, Georgia, yesterday. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to get a lot of calls from Marietta, Georgia. And this young man and his wife decided to go in to the car business in Marietta. Now, in Georgia, first off, the way Georgia works is you don't have to have a big lot. You just have to have an office there, and you have to have one or two designating parking spaces for Georgia, and then you have to get your bond, and you have to get your insurance and things of that nature. So, literally in Georgia, a person can start a dealership there for as little as $500, depending on the bond and the credit and the things of that nature, up until $3,000 or $4,000. So you can relatively get your dealer's license there, as you can in a lot of states, at a very minimal cost. Now, here is the problem with that. The young man called yesterday. He's got his dealer's license. He's got his office. And he called me because he was unsure about the two cars that he had bought at auction. And so he was inquiring about our training. And folks, I can't really stress out to you enough and reach out and stress to you. Getting into the car business is, or any business, relatively easy. Understanding what to do and having confidence in that business is something that I would do first before I got in to the car business. I was kind of amazed that this young man and this lady had spent a sum of money to get a dealer's license, and then questioned his purchases and questioned his marketing tactics, and just had a lot of questions about running his dealership. And so this is what we call putting the cart before the horse. This is an attractive business. There's no doubt about that. Everybody's got to have a car, just like the man stated. He wanted to get into business because everybody has to have a car, and he thought he could provide good, cheap cars, which he can, to people. And so these two cars that he bought, which we did talk a few minutes about the cars, and they're very marketable, remarketable used cars. But he's had them for about 3 weeks and not any activity on them. And so this business is all about the confidence that you have. Remarketing cars, you don't get and I've gone through so many videos on this about, we talked about them, and he said, well, this one needs tires, this one's got a check engine light, and this and that. And so he's already making excuses for his inventory before he gets to the point of, this is the reason that you should buy the car. So this is a huge mistake that we all get into, that we start questioning ourselves in after we've made a decision. Well, was I right in buying that car? Now I'm not getting any action on that car. And learning to manage your time, learning to manage your money, your repairs, your facilitation on these cars, and especially having auction access. It's very important that you learn how to manage your time when you're working in the car business. And if you catch yourself just going to auctions and listing your cars and doing that, you're going to have a lot of time on your hands if those are the only two things that you're doing, that you're not facilitating repairs, and that and when you're left with a lot of time, you're going to begin to question what you're doing in a business. So I just want to encourage all of you that it's a wonderful business, don't go out and put the cart before the horse. That's a great opportunity in Georgia, but the most important thing about it, there's great opportunities in Arizona, there's great opportunities in Alabama. A lot of states make it very flexible for you to get your car dealer's license. That doesn't mean you're going to be successful in a car dealership. Please do not put the cart before the horse.
Hey, can I speak to Randy Barber?
This is Randy. This is Randy.
Hello?
Yes, this is
Hey,
Randy.
Randy, how's it going?
All right.
All right. Hey, Randy, I was getting in contact with you, man. I watched some of your videos on YouTube, me and my wife,
Uh-huh.
and I was looking at your video about the 3 days to change your life.
Uh-huh.
And, we're already actually pretty much established in the business, but we're new. And we just purchased 2 vehicles, which I bidded on, and just trying to figure out the best way to be able to kind of get rid of these vehicles and then kind of go about bidding on vehicles a different way next time.
Oh.
I actually have a Daewoo, 2002 Daewoo,
Uh-huh.
and I was trying to get some information about that.
Where are you located at?
I'm located in Marietta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's what we do. I mean, we just take you. Which auction you buy them out of?
I got them out the American Autos auction on Red Top Mountain.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, what dealer are you operating under?
Southern Swagger Auto.
Southern Swagger Auto. And he doesn't give you any guidance?
Now tell them you're your own dealer.
I'm my own dealer.
Oh, okay. So yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's what we got. We take you to the auctions and show you what we do and, basically just walk you through it. So, I mean, we've been doing it for 40 years. So, are you using your scanners? I mean, what do you think? Why aren't you happy with your purchases?
Well, these are the first 2 purchases.
Uh-huh.
So it was just I think I just bid it a little bit too quickly on them and didn't really get a chance to go up there and do my research. Like, just thought it was a good deal to end up bidding on it for a very low price.
What'd you get?
But
How much you get for the Daewoo? How much did you get for it?
I did $300 for the Daewoo. That was the bidding price.
Okay. And then you buy fees for what, a couple $100, 150 or so?
It came up to like a little bit over $400.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think you're hurt in the car. Doesn't sound like it. Does ride and drive okay? Are you pricing it yet?
Yeah, it cranks up good. Got a new battery in it. Cranks up right away. Low miles on it. A little bit over 100,000 miles. The interior is pretty decent.
Right.
The tires are not the best on it, but it still rides, smoothly. I was just kind of holding off from putting any tires on it because I'm already invested in what I, just trying to get a profit back before I start to invest too much into things. Once again, I'm new to it,
Right.
but just trying to, make a profit and then go a different way with it.
How much rust and stuff does it have on it?
I don't see any rust on it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good body on it.
Right. Okay. What size tires it got on it?
What size tires?
Uh-huh.
I think it's some 15-inch. They have some sports tires on. I'm not sure though.
And what are you asking for it?
Well, I was asking $900 for it.
Okay. All right. And you've had it how long?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. Have you had anybody come look at it?
No, I haven't had anybody come look at it. I actually posted it on Craigslist.
Uh-huh.
Through the dealer side of it. I wasn't sure if it was okay to go about it, posting it on the regular side of it since we are a dealer.
Right.
How that will work.
Okay. Yeah. What caused you to jump in this business?
What caused me to jump in this business? I know everybody needs a car.
Right.
I enjoy dealing with people and getting them some, good merchandise, because I've had bad things that happened to me in the past, as far as purchasing vehicles, and just being a good representation of the car business out here, and being able to get some good vehicles into some individual hand and make money, of course, is the first thing.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're in one of these little, like, center where you just have an office rented. And
yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd be happy to take you through the training. I mean, we charge like $6.99 for the 3-day training, and that walks you through everything as far as going to the auctions. And I don't think you're high in the car. I think you're a little insecure. I can tell you're a little insecure in what you're doing, but I think you'll be fine. And I don't, like I said, I don't mind if you both want to go through the training. I don't mind that at all. But, this is free advice. What I would do is go ahead and put me a set of tires on the car and advertise it in the buy owner section of Craigslist. But I would play it up, and I would have more confidence in the car than you seem to have. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or the car. You just got the beginner's jitters. So what I would do, like I said, are you saying that you think all it needs is maybe some tires to make it a desirable car?
That's all, I think that's the only thing that would stand out, other than it just being a 2002. It's a great running car.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're high in the car. You're at income tax season. As far as advertising it in the for sale by owner or by dealer category, you're going to get more exposure in by owner. And there's no law. I mean, Craigslist might, if you go in there and you put down that you're a dealer, the only thing they can do is ghost your ad, cancel your ad, delete it for you. So there's no laws that you're breaking by advertising the buy owner section. You are a dealer and you do own it. I mean, you paid for it, didn't you? So you
Absolutely.
own the car. So that's semantics if you want to go out there. And you're going to have some people that's going to come in and say this, that, that's against the law for you to advertise as a dealer in the buy owner section. But those people aren't going to buy anyway. They're coming to beg or to gripe. They're not coming to buy a car. So you're going to have to put up with them anyway. But my suggestion, and like I said, training is fine. But I think now your other car is what?
The other car is also a 2002 Ford Explorer. 4x4.
Okay.
And I got that one for $700. But I didn't realize that it had a check engine light on, and it runs great. It just when it's time to it needs a little work on it. It needs a little I think transmission work. It takes a little while to shift into that second gear.
Right.
But once it shifts into it, it keeps moving. It's a really good
car.
I just know we can. Well, I had that on there for $1,500. And I did look at the different prices as far as, what they range. I have the Manhunt, the thing for the phone.
Right. Yeah.
To be able to look up, the values and everything on it. So I see that it goes for a lot more, but because of the check engine light on it, I had priced it a lot lower.
Right.
Which, just being able to get your expertise on it, that's a great help, as far as with the Daewoo. And I appreciate you taking your time to, be able to talk to me about this.
Yeah. I think you're fine on the cars. Like I said, you're welcome to go through the training, but I don't think you got any reason to be afraid. I don't think you've not made any drastic mistakes. You know, I would probably, like I said, on the Daewoo, I'd put me a set of tires on it, which you ought to be able to get for under $200. You know, Walmart, get you a set of tires on there for under $200. Now you've got a car that you've roughly got $500 or $600 in, that if you put it out there for $1,800-$1,900 and they get kind of, you know, all goo-goo-eyed over new tires and a running car for, you know, $1,800, I think you're going to be in good shape. And anybody, you just really have to remember when you're pricing a car, you've always, the excuses are something you want to really stay away from. You know, if you're making excuses for this car, you can